met a guy, then I met another guy, but he got busted. And so I didn't have a connect for a while. I let everything chill out for a while. And then I quietly like sent a little message, hey, like, can I get anything? He's like, let me see what we can do. And so he called his guy and he was just going to middle it. He's like, you need cash this time? I'm like, cool, buy a couple pounds. We drove out to this golf course on the edge of town in Chico, and I had a little 2-door single cab Toyota T100, and Ryan was in shotgun. And we pull up, and there's this Mexican dude with a cowboy hat, fucking ostrich skin boots, 3 gold chains. He's like 45, 50 years old, front gold tooth. And I am like, what in the fuck?
You're like, we're just here for weed. I promise. I swear to God.
I'm like, what?
Holy.
He brings you some square packages. You're like,
Like, with a scorpion on it.
Why is that duct tape
Wrong dude.
Dude. And he comes up to the window and he's like, fuck. I fucking locked my keys in my car. You gotta take me to my fucking house. The weed's in the car. I'm locked out.
This guy with the gold tooth.
This fucking guy. And I'm like, oh my God, first time even meeting him. And there's no room. What are the 3 of us gonna sit? So we leave Ryan there and I drive the dude back to his fucking house. And we go back to Chico, which is like 15 minutes. We go back, barely talk on the way there. He's like shooting the shit, super awkward small talk.
And now you know where he lives. So that's even awkward.
Right.
Yep.
And so he gets out, he fucking, it's middle of the day, crawls through his window. He looks like he's robbing the place. I'm like, oh my God. Comes out, gets his keys. We hop back in. He goes, hey, so how much can you really move? And I'm like, all I have cash for is 2 to 3 at a time. Right now is outdoor. Outdoor is like $2,800 a pound back then. Shitty fucking outdoor. Like the outdoor that the Mexicans would go out into the hills and live like, 50 miles off of a road and not come back until the shit's harvest. Like that kind of outdoor. And
holy shit.
And so 2,800, he's like, okay, cool. He's like, can you take a look? Can you move more? Same combo. Like it's just, and he's like, well, I want to start working directly with you. And I'm like, well, I can't cut out Ryan. Like, I'm not like that. He's like, we'll pay him. What do you think it'll take? And he's like, I was like, I don't fucking know. I've never done this. He's like, you talk to him, tell him I'll give him a pound. Fuck him, but I don't want to deal with him anymore. He's bullshit. I want to, you were buying most of the weed anyways, as I understand it. I want to work with you. And
smart guy.
Yeah. And I was like so fucking nervous. Ryan was going to be mad because I got taught early. You never disrespect. You never jump. You don't, jump the plug. You don't fucking do any of that shit. I learned really quick.
Yeah, you get cut out.
Yeah, you just respect.
People see
all that.
They stop trusting you.
Yeah.
Well, it's a proper rule for a reason.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's just like you got your reputation and that's all you have at the end of the day. You don't have a resume in the fucking weed game. You got your reputation and what people are going to say about you. And I learned that super early. And because I saw some people do some dumb shit and what happened to them, their businesses or whatever. And I was like, that's never going to be me. And so I told Ryan had just been busted. He's got lawyer fees. He's like, fuck yeah, I'll take a fucking pound to get out of the way. He's probably making a couple $100 on each pound. So to get a $2,800 thing after you just got popped, like, so then I just kept working with the guy. And he had his separate little trap house down a little dirt road. And I would go there, man, and this motherfucker would just test me with everything. He had 2 illegals living there that he had brought over, did not speak one word of English, a big ass pit bull. And it was probably like the whole house was probably like 800 square feet. And the pit bull was always on the other side of the door. He would put me in a chair kind of right here. The pit bull, he would let me see it sometimes, but I could never touch it. Because I love dogs. I'm not afraid of pit bulls. I could never touch it. And when he would, it was friendly when it was around, but when the door was shut, it was right there, just like, So I'm sitting in the chair, the fucking paper thin door, pit bull. These 2 guys just looking at me, cowboy boots. I'm not talking fucking gangsters. I'm talking like originals, like the OGs, like the fucking shit in the movies.
They're talking to the boys down south of the border.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And he would one of them was a cook. He would always cook no matter what time of day. And he would make me eat a plate of food. If I was full, he said, I don't care. You're going to eat that. He would make me do a few other things.
What food? Do you remember what he was cooking?
bomb. It was so
Really?
bomb. It was usually, he always had tilapia. So he's always making fish tacos, fish in like a tomato sauce. It wasn't like your typical like carne asada tacos or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was always like, because this guy was a chef in Mexico. So it was always something that I hadn't really had before. And I grew up in LA on Mexican food. Like I love it.
This is a proper plug. You get fed, you get weed.
But it was weird. It was like this forced fed.
Too
like
much.
it didn't matter if you weren't hungry. It was just like, do this. He would put some other things in front of me and be like, do this and fuck it. It was, 2 years into the relationship, he was always still testing me. Like he got way slack, but every once in a while he'd fucking test me and be like, do this, or let me see your phone, and just like fucking look through my phone real quick. Like we'd be super cool doing. And at this point we're doing sometimes 50, sometimes 100-pound deals, and fucking he would just still test me sometimes.
He must have had a tumultuous past, and that's what put him there. I can only imagine.
Hey, if you like that video and you want to see more, make sure you hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel. First Smoke of the Day clips.